Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another tutorial by PS Tutorials. Today we'll be looking at how to turn this into this. It's quite a simple trick in Photoshop, but I'm here to teach you today how to do it. So if you want to follow along with this tutorial, I've provided the stock image that I've used in the description below. However, if you want to use your own picture, that's perfectly fine, but it is better if you can find a picture with a nice dark background and maybe a hair color that's, well, lighter than a really dark black and stuff, so then we can really see the color change. I'll show you what I mean later. So if you want to open up your stock image or whatever image you plan to use, and then you need to go to the layers palette and create a new layer. Then you need to change your color to the color that you initially want to change the hair to. I've got a nice blue ready. If you want to follow along, that is the color code for this is 1584E2. It doesn't matter what color you have at this stage because we can change that later on, but you want something that kind of stands out from the original hair color. Okay, just hit OK. And then you want to go to the paintbrush tool, and I'm gonna bump that up a bit. 170 will be fine for me. Make sure the hardness is set to 0%, and if you come up here, make sure the opacity and flow are set to 100%, and in the brushes palette, make sure none of these boxes are ticked. Don't worry about the smoothing, that'll be fine. Now, in the layers palette, I need you to change the layer blending mode to overlay. Alternatively, if you want to change it a different way, you can double click the layer and then change the blend mode in the blending options. Okay. Right now, you can zoom in with the zoom tool. I'm just going to zoom in here and just begin painting. Already, you can see how much the color is going through. This is because of the overlay we put on the layer earlier. You can, if you want a softer effect, use soft light instead, but I prefer overlay for this sort of thing. Just begin painting around. Don't worry about, getting the plant all blue. It's fine. We can fix that later. And be careful just try not to get too much of the skin to begin with. It does help later on, makes your life easier. I'm going to bring the brush size down to something like 100. Just begin painting. Don't worry about these frilly bits. I don't plan to paint those. I'll just bring that down. I'm using a mouse, by the way, so if this goes horribly wrong, I'm sorry. I may still sound a bit ill because I've got a cold, but I hope you guys don't mind. Might be wise to bring the brush size up, but it's fine. Bring that in. Nice. Bring those bits. See how blue the hair is already? It's a great trick. And just bring those in. Okay. Now we got the initial color down. Already we can see how it's much like the final result. Now you can use the rubber tool. Make sure the hardness is set to something quite soft like 0%, and then just rub out any mistakes that you've made. I made one earlier, as you can see on the plant, so I'm just going to rub that out. I'm going to get these bits up here. And then the great thing about having a dark background is that you can't notice if you happen to have colored it in, and then you go back to your paintbrush tool, just fill all those bits in. Whereas if you had a white background or something like that, if you made any sort of mistakes or you tried to color in these bits sticking out, you would really be able to tell. So we can get away with quite a bit having a dark background. That's good. Right, I'm just going to go in on the face, just color that in. Just rubbing out this blue edge. Realistically, we probably would have a bit of a blue edge. Like here, we'd probably have a blue edge, so we'll leave that for effect. And here, I'll just take a bit of that off, a bit of this off. We want the tiniest of blue edges. Looking good. Let's go over here. Where are those bits? And to be honest, that's basically it for this sort of picture. Now, if you wanted to change the color from what you've got now, you could go to Image Adjustments, Hue Saturation, and just adjust the hue slider to whatever you see fit. So let's go something like, I'm gonna go 88, nice pink. But as you can see, it does look a bit fake at the moment, doesn't it? So if you want, you can turn the opacity of the layer down just a bit. 75 does look much better, right? So if I bring that up to 100, you get that. Then bring it down to like 75, you get something like that. Okay, that's basically it for today, guys. Hope you enjoyed the tutorial, and be sure to subscribe.